Ang susunod na programa ay rated PG. Ito ay nangangailangan ng patnubay at gabay ng magulang para sa mga batang manonood.
Explosive earthquakes that bring disastrous effects. Because of its location on the so-called Pacific Ring of Fire, the Philippines is prone to earthquakes. Of course, it is also not exempted from earthquake-induced landslide. A strong earthquake has been a significant triggering factor of landslide, and its damages are not to be underestimated. On the 11th of February 2006, over 1,200 people died when an earthquake triggered an avalanche of mud and boulders down a mountain slope towards Guinsaugon village in St. Bernard, southern Leyte. A whole section of the mountain that overlooked the village of Guinsaugon collapsed. Living in Guinsaugon for 13 years, the 45-year-old Martin Gondran and his wife Ambat continued to stay after the disaster. They were victims of the disaster. Tagal na daw po kayo nanirahan dito sa Guinsaugon matapos ang pinsalang naranasan nyo? Bakit po ito?
Maayos ang po kasi paligid dito, linis. Maganda din yung mga panahon na pumapatak. Ganda po.
Saka po, mahirap din po kasi lumipat ng ibang lugar. Dito na po namin nakasanayan manirahan. Tsaka po malapit lang din po dito yung paaralan ng dalawa namin anak.
May anak po kayo?
Dalawa eh.
Yung panganay ko po, 20 anyos po siya ngayon. Tapos yung bunso ko naman po, taong gulang lang po siya nung kasama po siya sa mga biktima ng pag-uho ng lupa dito sa amin.
The 5-year-old daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Gondran was one of the 1,200 people who were buried alive in the earthquake in Guinsaugon on 2006.
Bahay lang po kasi kami noon, kasama ko po yung panganay ko si Hyra kasi nga po may lagnat, inaalagaan ko. Tapos si Clea naman po, yung bunso ko, pauwi na po siya nun galing eskwela. Kinakabahan po talaga ako nun sobra kasi nung pauwi po siya, doon na po namin naramdaman yung lindol. Tapos sir, bigla na lang po namin nalaman na kasama pala siya doon sa mga aksidente.
The situation experienced by Martin Gondran and Ambat Gondran was far from tranquility, most especially to their daughter, Ira. Anong nararamdaman mo?
Malungkot po. Nangungulila pa rin po ako sa kanya.
Truly distressing disasters happen, and Martin's family were just one of its victims. But is there a way to reduce the horrifying effects of it? What is earthquake-induced landslide? Mark Bojador, Supervising Science Research Specialist of PhilVox, answers the question.
A landslide is defined as the movement of a mass of rock, debris, or earth down a slope. Regardless of how a landslide is triggered, gravity is always the primary force that enables any landslide to occur, while the steepness of slopes is the most important factor controlling the occurrence of a landslide. In the case for earthquake-induced landslide, it can depend on the amount of shaking of the ground.
Landslides have many causes, but according to PhilVox officer in charge Hazel Carros, there is a way to reduce its effects.
Guinsaugon was geologically hazardous to begin with. Rocks in the section of the mountain that overlooked Guinsaugon had been made fragile by the Philippine fault line, which passes Leyte, making the place dangerous for settlement. What can be done before the event is for the government to use detailed geohazard maps and land use. This could have prevented the construction of houses and other establishments in the area and could have minimized the loss of lives and property. During a landslide, if builders find cover in the section of the building that is farthest away from the approaching landslide, take shelter under a strong table or bench. Stay put until all movements have ceased. If outdoors, move quickly away from its likely path, keeping clear of embankments, trees, power lines, and poles. Stay away from landslides. Always be alert, especially when driving. After a landslide, stay away from slide areas. Listen to local news. Check the building for any damage. Replant damaged ground as soon as possible to avoid additional landslides. And also, don't forget to help a neighbor.
I am Aton Ducante, here in Green Salgon, and this is Kayamanan o Kamatayan, the tragedy of Green Salgon.
Gayam galhayama yan nagatimpu manisutapu nagito'y ngararapap mi sapay nga may bingayo kadagiti daduma nga tattao ay